Hi guys, Will here from WB Trading, and in today's video we're going to cover the story of a trader who is now working for a proprietary trading firm full-time remotely from home in her living room, making as of last month $18,000 per month in profits. If you'd like to know more, stay tuned. Hi guys, and welcome back. First up, before we dive in, I noticed recently that almost 80% of you who watch my videos aren't actually yet subscribed. So it'd be hugely appreciated if you take literally just a very quick second to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of the free content that I share with the trading community here on YouTube. And if you tap the bell icon, you'll also get notified every time I upload some new content too. Anyway, that said, I had to shove that in there. Let's dive in. So there I was a few nights ago. I was sat in front of the TV, and whenever I do sit down, open a beer and watch some television, all I tend to watch really, and I am being serious here, is pretty much either finance related documentaries, trading related videos, trader interviews, anything related to money, investments, personal growth and so on. And up popped this video on YouTube about a woman who's newly working for a prop firm. Well, I say a prop firm, it's more of a fund. And after less than 2 years of trading, she's brought in, as far as last month's profits go, $18,000, which it's a brilliant story, isn't it? Definitely goes to show what's possible. So I clicked on the video, I gave it a watch, and I just thought, I have to share this and discuss some points covered because I know how much value this will add for all of you guys who follow my channel. So here it is. So let's start from the beginning. The proprietary firm that she works for now is called FTMO. And FTMO are a firm who provide funding for profitable traders who can pass one of their entry tests. So they have 4 tests, I believe, of 4 different account sizes, ranging from $25,000 through to $50,000, $75,000 and $100,000. And as I say, if you pass the relevant test, they then provide an account for you with said amount inside. In fact, actually, I think I'm wrong there. I think they give you the funds within your chosen account with your chosen broker. And then they take a 30% share of the profit each month, leaving you with the rest. And yes, it is that simple. I've seen a few conversations online about FTMO saying, is it real? Is it true? Is it a scam? But it is true. If you pass the test, they hand you the money and away you go with their support too. And in regards to the tests, if we take the $100,000 test as an example, the criteria is you have 1 month to make 10% in profit with no more than a 10% drawdown. And if you can do that, you have £100,000 waiting for you and you're pretty much then trading full time, aren't you? Now, I hadn't actually ever heard of the FTMO firm originally until one of my students, Arturo, actually used my pound-dollar strategy to pass their $100,000 test. And of course, he's now trading full time for the firm. But as I say, I love what they offer, and I think they're making a real difference for traders who are seeking funding too. Also, I should just add that I'm in no way affiliated with them. I don't work for them. I'm not sending you down a referral link here. If you pass their test, I won't get any money. I just love what they do, and really I just want more people to firstly know about them, and B, I think sharing success stories and sharing positivity can really inspire people and help people achieve things that they might not even have known were possible. So that's the reasoning behind this video. Anyway, so back to this woman's story, whose name is Holly. I just wanted to highlight a few key points from the video, from the interview with her, share a few of these with you and talk through them because they really are great, they're really inspiring, and I think they'll add a lot of value for you all as well. So let's dive in.
So after the first 2 challenges that I failed, I was like, what am I doing? I've obviously, it's January, February time. It's just been Christmas. I've just bought 2 accounts, which I thought I was going to pass, and I didn't. And I kind of felt a little bit down about it. And then I knew I could do it, and I just said to myself, I'm not gonna look at anyone else's trades, not gonna look on Instagram and see people making huge percentages. I'm just gonna focus on myself and just take it slowly. And I just need to focus on it and do it myself, and not look on social media, not look on certain forums and see things, because that's when it goes wrong.
Now, I love what she says here in regards to how she was influenced by social media. I think this trips a lot of traders up, by seeing other traders' trade calls, by seeing other traders' opinions and so on. And this is something that I think holds so many traders back. And it just shows the importance of, firstly, having your own process, having your own strategy that you follow no matter what, your own rules to follow and abide by, despite what anybody else says or thinks. And secondly, ignoring the masses, ignoring opinions, ignoring other people's guesses and blind predictions. And above all, having edge and executing on that edge consistently. And obviously, Holly's proof of the power of this. Next.
All right. With regards to optimization, and I'm looking at your symbols that you tried it. There were how many? I think just some forex pairs. However, some of these were not profitable. For example, Euro Japanese yen, New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, and Kiwi dollar and a British pound dollar. Have you thought of optimizing your strategy, or maybe removing those instruments which were not profitable for you and just sticking with those which were profitable, like Euro dollar, Aussie dollar, Euro pound?
So a really important suggestion here on the topic of where a trader performs best market-wise. And I don't actually think that many traders track this metric either, i.e. which markets they perform best in, which markets they perform worst in. And I'm really glad that this was mentioned, actually, as in my opinion, this is a source of edge in itself, even if it is only a slight edge. So for anyone who's never thought about this or who hasn't looked at this before, as a suggestion, if you do trade a handful of markets, whether that's currencies, indexes, equities, whatever it is, take your last, let's say, 250 trades or 500 trades, organize them by market, and just see if there are any patterns that emerge there. So for example, let's say you trade all major currencies. You might notice that you excel massively via pound dollar, but you give back a lot of money via dollar yen. Without this knowledge, without these stats, without this proof really, you'd be carrying on trading dollar yen, hoping for the best, not really knowing why you're underperforming there. And by simply cutting this market out, you could boost profitability. So again, there is an edge in this data. So yeah, just some food for thought there. Next.
Yeah, so it's all, for me, it's all about probabilities. Through my back testing, I've realized that I can take, with the strategy I do, there can be a lot of losses and I do take, I can take quite a lot of losses, as you know, from the 32% win rate. However, the probabilities do play out and the winners do take care of the losers. So I may get 6 losses in a row, but then I get that one trade that hits 7, 8, 9, 10%, and it covers all of that, plus gives me some profit as well. So that is the nature of the strategy.
Absolutely, and that was the nature of your trading. You had a couple of losing streaks, but then you had the trade which covered it up, and it was in your challenge verification as well. But then again, there was one big trade which covered for all those losses.
This is so important for newer traders who are watching this video today to understand. I can't stress this enough. I constantly get emails and messages saying, "Will, give me your highest win rate strategy. I just want to win as many trades as possible, as frequently as possible. That's it." And basically what that question says to me is, "Will, I don't really have an understanding of how probabilities work. I don't really have any idea what edge is, and I've got a completely misled understanding of trading. And ideally, I'd like to be a millionaire by the end of next month. Which strategy will get me there?" And it's just nuts. That said, look, I know we've all been there, but back to what Holly says here. She has a 32% win rate, okay. She sometimes takes as many as 5, 6 or more losses in a row. And she's not only profitable, but she's a funded trader with a win rate just above 30%. And yes, of course, that does mean she loses roughly 75% of the time. I think that's really, really important for newer, less educated traders to actually hear. Point being, you don't have to win all of the time to be a profitable trader. You don't have to have a particularly high win rate to be a profitable trader and so on. You just have to have edge. That's the bottom line. Your strategy has to provide winning trades that are big enough to cover your losses over the long term in line with your win rates. That's it. And you can see this in action via her equity curve at the top of the page too. She'll lose for a few trades, then one big win pushes her straight ahead. Then again, she'll have a series of losing trades, and then one big win pushes her ahead again, and so on. Win rate, it's not the be all and end all. And if you only take one thing away from this video today, never ever focus solely on win rate. There's a lot more to trading than that. And focusing on win rate alone might actually be the reason why you're not profitable yet, if that is you, if maybe that's something that you've focused on solely in the past, because you may actually be avoiding strategies that are profitable purely because you're looking at the win rate and it's maybe 45%, 35% or lower, and you're thinking, no, this can't possibly work, when, as Holly has just proved, it more than works. It gets you funded with a $100,000 account. Anyway, food for thought. Also, I mentioned earlier that one of my students, a guy called Arturo, actually passed the $100,000 funded account test using my pound dollar strategy. And I just wanted to prove that, because look, it's all well and good me saying that, but it's no good if I don't prove it. So here's a screenshot of the message Arturo sent to me just a few days after he passed. And you can read this for yourself, but I asked him how much they funded him with, and he explained the terms. They transferred $100,000 over to him to trade with, and again, they take a 30% share of the profits each month, which I think is a pretty good deal. So for every, let's say, $10,000 that he makes, he keeps $7,000, which is solid if you ask me. Anyway, I hope that helps. I hope that's triggered some inspiration and given you some points to think about. I'll leave it there for today, and as always, trade with edge, with consistency, and I look forward to having you back here on the channel soon. Thanks everyone.